I'm going to read The Adventure of Huck and Jim, Chapter 16. Um, the Adventure of Huck and Jim is a long story. Huck is a country boy who enjoys going around the Mississippi River. And then he took an adventure with Jim. Okay, here you go, 16. We slept most all day and started out at night with the race. We had a monster long left that was as long, going by as the procession. She had a prolonged sweep at each end, so we judged she carried as many as 30 men likely. She had 5 big wigwams above just white bird and an open campfire in the middle, and a tall flagpole at each end. There was a power of style about her. It amounted to something being a lobsman on such a scrap as that. We went to chin down into a big bend, and the night clouded up and got hot. The river was very wide and was walled with solid timbers on both sides. You couldn't see a break in it. Our levels were right. We talked about Cairo and wondered, and whether we would know it when we got to it. I said likely wouldn't, because I had heard say there weren't about a dozen houses there, and if they didn't happen to have them built up, how was we going to know we was passing a town? Jim said if the 2 big rivers joined together there, that was the show, but I said maybe we might think we was passing the Pluton Island and coming into the same old river again. That disturbed Jim, and me too. So the question was, what to do? I said splatter heard the first time a light heard, and tell them the path was behind coming on with the cracking skull, and whether it's green, and at the business stand wanted to know how far it was to Cairo. And Jim thought it was a good idea, so we took a smoke on it and waited. There wasn't nothing to do. Now it's about to look out sharp for the town. And at the first it without seeing it, and he said he might be sure to see it. Because he'd be a free man the minute he seen it. But if he missed it, he'd be in a slave country again. And no one shows for freedom. Every little while he jumps up and says, "That shouldn't," but it wouldn't. And it was jack-o'-lantern, so writing birds, so he sat down again. And I went watching the same as before, Jim said, and made it seem all of a trembling and feverish to be close to freedom. Well, I can tell you, it made me all of a trembling and feverish too, and to hear him, because I was going to get it through my head that he was most free, and then who was to blame for it. Why me? I couldn't get that out of my conscience. How no waste. It got to troubling to me, so I couldn't rest. I couldn't stay strictly in one place. It hadn't ever come home to me. It was what this thing was that I was doing. But now it did. And it stayed with me and scorched me and more. I tried to make out to myself that I want to blame because I didn't know Jim. Oh, first right for so honored, but it wasn't no use conscience. Oh, that's every time, but you know, he wasn't aiming for his freedom. He could have the peddler heard and told somebody. So I couldn't get around it, no way. And that was where it pinched it. Mosiah says to me, then what had the fools and Mr. Weston done to you? And that is could see that you get to go off light on their eyes and never says the one single word, and what did that poor woman do to you? And I could treat her so mean, and why? She tried to learn your book. He tried to learn you your manners. She tried to be good to you every day, she knows how. That's what she done, and I got you feeling so mean and so miserable. I almost wished that I was dead. I pitched up and down the left, abusing myself to myself, and Jim was pitching up and down past me. Neither of us could keep still. Every time he danced round and said and touched Cairo, it went through me like a shot, and I thought if it was Carter's eye like comes out, eyes of miserable. Jim took out and then loud all the time, so while I was talking to myself, he was saying how the first thing he would, when he got to the free state, he would go to saving up money and never spend a single cent. And when he got enough, he would buy his wife, which was on a farm so close to where Miss Watson lived. And then they would both work to buy the 2 children, and if their master wouldn't sell them, they got chance to go and steal them. It must please me to hear such talk, and he would never dare to talk such talk and sloppy person. Just see what difference it made him. The minute that he was about 3, it was going to the old saying is to give a nigger thing an inch, and then he would take it on things. This is what comes of my not thinking. Here was that niggers, which I had as good as half to right? Coming right out and put food and saying he was steal these children that belonged to me to a man. I didn't even know, or a man that hadn't ever done me to no harm. I was already Jim that as it was such a storing some, and the night assurance got to storing me up, and harder than ever until at last I said, situation, love on me, and it ain't until late, I started to show at the first light until I felt easy, happy, and light as well as the feather to light off. All my troubles was gone. I went to looking out to shop the full light, and then sort of singing to myself to by and by. My shoulder Jim sings out. We say, and jump up. Crackle your fears. That's really good to end the car last. Jim, notice I say, I'll take the canoe and go and see a Jim. Might be, and we jumped and got Tom ready and put his old coat in the bottoms for me to set on and give me the paddle, and as I showed off he says and put his soon I'll be shove out and for joy, and then I saw the count as her. I said I'm free man, and I can't ever been at the period of had a drink for her. I've done it. Then once I have told you, and then to help to use the be and friends. Had I see you the only friends on since that now. I was running up all in a sweat to tell on. When he said this, he seemed to kind of take the truck all out of me, so I went on slow then, and I so light down certain letters I was glad. I said all the word I was when I was 50 years old, Jim says. There he goes, the orange fruit truck, and then white grandman, and then we kept his thumbs to all of him. Well, just press it. But I guess I got through it. I can get out of it. And right then along comes a skip to it to man and into the gun. They stopped and I stopped, and one of them says, what's that yonder? A piece of black, sir. Do you belong on it? Yes, sir. No, it. And then only one, sir. And then, well, there's the 5 movies still on up tonight up there, and there's above the head of the man, and you man and white or black. But I answered the prompt. I tried up that the words would become. I heard it for a second and threw the press up, and I would read our own heavens first of all. I think I was working still. I just gave up trying in a days. It was white. I like to do to go and see it for ourselves. I should say something because and inspect that there, and then maybe it's the youth have me towed left the shores where the light. You see. So is the man and the married man. Oh, the devil, we're in a hurry, boy, but I starve, so we go through. And buckle to your pedal, and let's get along. I buckle to my pedal, and there's a letter to their horse. Well, we've made a stroke or two, essays. The peppers would be mighty much obliged to you. I can tell you, everybody goes away to when I want them to help me out left, so, and I can do it by myself. Wow, that's the important me. Our chief says, the boy, what's the matter with your father? It's well, and then it ain't as much. They started fooling, they wanted but a mighty little ways to the left now, and says, boy, and that's all I. What's the matter with you, Pap? Answer off square. Now it will be the better for you. I will sir, how honest, but don't leave us, please. Little gentlemen, if you all need to pull it after let me hear you the headline, you won't have to come in here or that. Please do. Set her bag, run, set her back, says one. They dragged the water stripped away boy and keep low the compound in and in fact the wind was as low it was into your paths, they got the smallpox and Precious asked, why didn't you come out and say so? You want to spread over. Well, said I, the bubbling, and then I have told everybody, and they just went away and left us. Hold on. There's something in that, and then we'll write down stories for you. But we won't hang it, and then we don't want to smallpox, you see. And look here, I'll tell you what to do. Don't you try them by yourself. You smash everything to pieces. You float along down about 20 miles, then you will come to town on the left-hand side on the river. It will be long after sun up then, and then when you ask for help, you tell them. The folks are all down, and with his chills and fevers don't be the fool again, but people guess what is the matter. Now we're trying to do your kindness, so you just put 20 miles, between us that's a good boy. It didn't do any good to run. I understood where the light is, as only as the say I like on your father's floor. And I'm bound to say, he's in pretty hard luck here. And I asked for $20 and good fish on this board, and you get it, and when it flows by. As it might mean to leave you, my kingdom at once, choose the fool with a small pot. Don't you see how long to Packer? So the other man stickers 20 and 2 feet on the board, and for me, why, boy, you do it, Mr. Parker, don't you? You will like it. That's always my boy. Goodbye, if you see any long-way niggers, you get up and net them. You can make some money by it. Before that, like that, I want no long-way niggers to get by me, and then if I can have it. And I got a road left and pulling back and low, and because I know them very well, I have them wrong. That's it. They want no use for me to try to learn to do right. But that don't get started right away, and it's a little aim and scout and no show. When the pinch comes, there ain't nothing to back him up and keep him to his word. I said yes indeed, and then I still mean it, and said to myself the whole spouse, you don't lie, let's keep it Jim up, and would you pass better then? What did you do now? He says I do feel bad, and I feel the same way I do now, and well then says I what's the use of you learning to do right when it's trouble seems to the light and trouble to the long, and the wages did just the same. I was stuck, and I couldn't ask that, so I I'll bother no more about it, but after this we always do whichever's come and this at the same time. I went into the wigwam, and Jim wasn't there, so I looked all around, going anywhere I said, Jim, here I am, Huck, they up to Jim, and then don't talk right. Leaving the liver and the stones always do it, just as the news out. I told him they were outside, so he came aboard, he said. All the listening to all the talk and the list, and the livers that was a dream to show that was she if he comes about. Then I was Jim to sing to love again when they was gone. I was then how is it from her? Those at the small stores, I tell you, church. I expect to see you, Jim. When Jim ain't going to forget to use for that honey. Then we talk about the money. It was pretty good latest $20 per piece. The Jim said we could take the deck fast on the steamboat now. And when it was last Thursday for us, the one tourist to go in the free states. It's 20 miles more one. First for the left to go, and I wish this was always a lot is there. And for daybreak we tied up, and James was mighty particular about hiding the left foot. Then he walked all day fixing things in bunkers and getting all ready to pitch lefting. And night about 10 we and inside of the right tower and away down in left hand. Then I went up in the canoe and we asked about it. Pretty soon I found a man out in the rivers with a skip and setting a throat line. I landed up and said, Mister, is it town, Kyle? No, you must be a brain fool. What town is it, mister? If you want to know and go and find out. If you stay here, it's the borderings around Mister for about an half and mind. Along with you, get something you want once. And the car to the left. Jim was awfully disappointed that I said never to mind and cars to be the next place I left and then passed down other towns. And before daylight I was going out, and again it was a high ground so I can go near high ground and ride car. Jim said I had a full work and all led up for the days of town and drove close to the left-hand bank. Against the suspicion something, so did Jim, says. Maybe went by a car in the fog that night, says. No, let's talk about the Huck. No, neither can't have no luck. I always expected that, let us skin and then want down with his work. Which I had never national speaking Jim. I wishes I never later I on it. And it's full Huck you didn't know, so don't you bring serious about it. When it was daylight, here was the clear, so I was sure. Sure enough, outside was the old legless muddy soap. It was all up to this Kyle. We took flowers. It wasn't due to take the shores that we couldn't take the laptop in the stream. Of course, there weren't no way to wait for the lot and a star bag in the canoe. Take a chance, so we slept all day amongst the executive as well as to the quest for the work. And when back to left in about dark and the car was found. Oh, we didn't say so word for a good while. The one has to say that we both know the whole well enough to for some more work of the resonant skin, so what was the use to talk about it? It would only look like it was flying boat. Now we'll be bound to fetch mobile luck. Keep on patching it till we know it enough to keep still. By and by we talk about what we better do, and we found there one way but just to go along down to the left so we got a chance to buy a can to go back in. We won, and I'm going to borrow it. And then when there one anybody around the way to have with you for them might be said to people at first. So we shoved out after dark on the left. Anybody that don't believe yet. That is foolish is to handle snake skins after all that snake skin done first. We'll leave it now if they breathe on and see what more is done for us. The first by canoe is off the left, laying up at shore, and but we didn't see no left laying up, and so we went around during the 3 hours in northwest, and I got great and the last week, which is the next meanest thing called, and you can tell the shape of the rivers. You can't see no distance. You got to be very late at sea, and long comes the steamboat. Of the rivers will lit the lantern and judge that you will see it. And our steamboat generally and comes close to us. They go out and follow the survivors and hunt for easy water under the reef. But nights like this day, the blue right off the channels against the whole river. We could hear the pounding along there, but we didn't see the blue steel, and she was close. And then she aimed the light for us. Often they do that and then try to see how close they can come without touching sometimes. They will bite off a shoe sweep, and then the pilot sticks in the tail out of left. I think this is much smart. Well then, here she comes, and we had said she didn't try to save us, and she didn't seem to be sure off of it. She was a big one, and she was coming in a hurry, looking like a black cloud with loaves and growing worms around it. All of a sudden, she bulged out and began scared with a long roll of the wide open white doors, shining like a leather hot cheese, and monstrous about and garland and hanging right over us. There was a yell at us and a jiggling of the bells to stop, and the engines hours of crushing, and the whistlings of steam, and James went overboard on our side and on the other, and she comes smashing straight south left. Dive then I am to find the buttons too for 34, and I had got to go with me, and I want to be have plenty of room. I can always stay and work a minute this time. Like I stayed under a minute and a half, then I bounced for the top in a hurry. Following noise bursting, and popped out in my armpit and bowled one out of my nose and the purple beach. Of course, there was a booming current, and of course, as the boat started the high engines again, then seconds after she stopped them, and he never cared much for leftsman, and so now she was churning on and up the river, out of sight in the thick weather, so I could hear her. I sent out for Jim about a dozen times, but I didn't get any answers. So I gave up. Pipe that touched me while I was treading water and struck out for shore and shoving it ahead of me, but I managed out to see that the drift of the current was toward the left-hand shore, which meant that I was in the crossing. But I changed up and went that way. It was one of these long, slanting, 2-mile crossings, so I was a good long time getting over. I made a safe landing and found up the bank, and I couldn't see it, but a little ways. So I went floating along the rough ground for a quarter of a mile almost, and then I ran across the big, old-fashioned, double-long house before I noticed it. I was going to rush by and get away, but a lot of dogs jumped out and went off, howling and barking at me, and I know better than to move another peg. Done.